welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is the week that's WWE. This is Raw. This is Raw. This is Raw before Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is this Sunday. This was on the 13th of May, wasn't it? Monday, and it was from London, our home capital of our country, wasn't it?
It was the same. It had the same post as WrestleMania.
What's that?
The same shape
What's the same shape?
of the posts.
Oh, the posts. What, the ring posts? All right. Yeah. Well, you see, you take notice of these things. I don't. You see. Anyway, let's crack into it. There's not too much to go through. I thought it felt like a very quick show to me, and not really as full as what it normally does. But anyway, we'll crack into it. Raw started off with a Miz TV. The Miz came down. He did Money in the Bank promo. Hope is up the Money in the Bank show, and he also did a promo about his opponent Shane McMahon in that cage match at Money in the Bank.
Out Roman Reigns.
Yep, Roman Reigns was his guest. He then came out. He did a promo on Elias. Obviously, they got a match at Money in the Bank. And then he basically said about the Miz then said about doing a film, didn't he, with Roman Reigns? But then Roman Reigns said he wanted to talk to the new Miz, not the old Miz, and that he sounded like the old Miz by asking for a part in the film with him, did he? He said that Elias hasn't done anything, didn't he? He hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't won any championships or anything like that, which is, to be honest, is true. Then that proceeded to bring Shane McMahon then came out, didn't he? And he did a little bit of a promo, but it was a bit of a distraction to Roman Reigns and The Miz, because then Elias and Bobby Lashley from behind attacked them, and then Shane McMahon set up a tag team match between Bobby Lashley and Elias versus Roman Reigns and The Miz. That ended in a DQ finish because Shane McMahon pulled off Roman Reigns off the ring, and then they got all attacked. They got into a bit of a brawl, and then The Miz got a chair, and then basically Superman punch won it from Roman Reigns. So that's how it really ended it. Next they had a Rollins video package about his history and stuff, hyping up that match for AJ Styles. I've noticed recently they've been doing a lot of video packages to hype the matches. I particularly don't think they work, but it seems to be that's the way they're going. I don't know why. Next we had a quick match, really nothing really to talk about. Mojo Rawley, he's obviously got a new character now. I don't really like the character. I don't think it's going to go very far. It was versus Apollo Crews, wasn't it? Yep, that's right, Apollo Crews, and he won the match. Not much to talk about there. Next we had a backstage promo which later feeds in to the show, which was Alexa Bliss on the phone talking about how she'd lost her luggage on the flight and that. Nikki Cross then came in. Nikki Cross has been on Raw for a little while. We haven't seen her. This is the first real time we've seen her. She's normally a bit of a crazy woman, isn't she? She acts a bit crazy, but this time she was acting very normal. Now I don't know if this is an oversight from the WWE or it's part of the character, saying that she wanted to get into that match and she was acting nice to her face to get into the match. I don't know. There might be a little bit more at work there than what we think, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it was an oversight from the WWE to make her act normal and then put her crazy into the match again. It's just one of them typical things WWE does. Next we had Becky Lynch, Charlotte and Lacey Evans had a contract signing, didn't they? All three of them women obviously have got matches. Obviously Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch for Raw's Women's Championship, and then Charlotte's obviously got a match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was a typical contract signing, to be fair, when at Kai. There was not much to it, to be honest. At the ending, they had a bit of a brawl, and then they ended up putting Becky Lynch through a table, didn't they? And standing both with the belts up, didn't they? At the end, I just thought. It's a scene hopefully we don't see. I don't think that I want to see Lacey Evans or Charlotte as the title holders at the minute. I'd rather have it on Becky, so hopefully that's the way they'll go. Next we had Baron Corbin versus Ricochet. Obviously they're in two of the Money in Bank competitors in the match. Corbin got the win, which I think is, well, they're really pushing Corbin at the minute. I don't know why, but they are. Then Corbin tried to get the briefcase on the ladder, and Ricochet pushed him off. Not much to it, to be honest. It is what it is, and you know, I'm not really a big fan of Corbin. Hopefully he won't win that briefcase again, but you never know. He's getting a big push, isn't he? Had Naomi versus Natalia versus Dana Brooks and versus Nikki Cross. Like we said, she took the place of Alexa Bliss because she didn't have no ring gear, did she? Nikki Cross went and won that match, which I thought was absolutely incredible, being as they're all Money in the Bank competitors and none of them won. And a non-Money in the Bank competitor won it. I thought that was interesting. Then Nikki Cross got the ladder in the ring, and then Alexa Bliss climbed the ladder to get the title, and hopefully that's not going to be a foreshadowing either.
Not a title, the briefcase.
Oh yeah, the briefcase. Sorry there, I made a mistake there, didn't I? Yeah, hopefully that's not a foreshadowing of what's going to happen at this weekend. I don't really want the briefcase on Alexa Bliss, but never know. They're high on Alexa Bliss as well, so we'll see what happens. Next, it was Rey Mysterio versus Cesaro. Obviously, Rey Mysterio has a match against Samoa Joe for the United States Championship at Money in the Bank. Rey Mysterio's doing quite well since he's come back. He is getting older now. He's not as quick as he was, but he is actually doing really, really well in these matches, I think. And he's still putting in quite reasonably good matches. He won against Cesaro, so we'll see what happens. I'm trying to stay away from predictions for Money in the Bank because we actually have a predictions video that's coming later on this week where we discuss what we think in that, haven't we? And then next we get into what I'm calling a Yowie Wowie alert. Fireflies Funhouse. I thought this was really, really impressive. They're doing really well with the Fireflies Funhouse. Last week was a bit of average, and I thought it was the worst one out of the ones we've seen. This one picked up again. Started off with Bray Wyatt hiding, and they found him. He said he had a secret, and they revealed the secret to be this new sort of, I think, the new character of Bray Wyatt. I mean, he had this creepy sort of clown mask on, didn't he? And sort of a freaky voice. So, were you scared about that one? Were you scared? No, I wasn't scared, were you?
I think Bray Wyatt's still a bad man, though.
You think he's still a bad man? Well, he's still got them tendencies, I think, there, but we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully, we think he's going to debut next week, possibly after Money in the Bank's done, or he could debut at Money in the Bank. That is a possibility. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this. Let's say, Yowie Wowie. That is this catchphrase now, I think. And like I say, we got a Yowie Wowie alert there. Again, very, very good. Next, we went to the final bit of Raw, which was the main event, which was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Braun Strowman and Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn won. He would then replace Braun Strowman in the Money in the Bank match. It sort of spilled out quite quickly around the arena backstage. They got to a bit of the backstage, and then Baron Corbin interrupted and sort of attacked Braun Strowman, went for a near fall, and they sort of went back to another backstage area where Drew McIntyre then attacked Braun Strowman, and again another near fall. Then they came out onto the stage. What are you going to say? Do you want to say something?
Yeah.
What? Go on then.
Backstage, Drew McIntyre got a chair.
Yeah, he did get the chair, yes. Obviously, at the point of that match, Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin are the other competitors in that, and I think they're trying to get out Strowman. Go on.
On the stage, Drew McIntyre done the Claymore kick.
Yep, he did. They sort of used. They sort of went onto the stage, and Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin sort of teamed up with Sami Zayn. They put Braun Strowman through a ladder and a Claymore kick, and Sami Zayn beat him, and now he is in that Money in the Bank match. So that is what it is. I think they were basically getting him out of that match because they knew that he probably would win it. But yeah, like I say, that was the end of Raw, so they've now changed that match. Like I say, we have done a predictions. We did predict the old match. Probably going to cut into the end of that video a bit where we talk about that match, I think, as well, the new competitor of the match. So yeah, that was Raw. It was very quick. Was pre-recorded and edited, but I think before Money in the Bank, it didn't really get me that hyped for Money in the Bank, but I still am looking forward for a couple of matches. But again, we'll have to see. Next week's going to be a very busy week for us, especially with Money in the Bank, week with WWE, Raw and SmackDown, and the reactions. They're all got to be filmed in one day because of my work schedule and Kai's school. That's the only way it's going to be sort of meet up, and other commitments. It's going to be really hard next week, but hopefully we'll get them out for you. We're going to put the effort in, and we're going to get them out for the people who watch our videos, because we like doing these sort of things, don't we? So I think we'll leave it there, won't we? So we'll say goodbye. Oh no, first of all, I'll say if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Join us in the SmackDown part of this week, that's WWE, which will come next. And I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yowie Wowie.